The air backstage at WWE has been suffocating for the last 6 days. Ever since CM Punk stood in the center of that Monday Night Raw ring and said the words nobody thought he'd ever say, Punk looked down the lens and promised to bury Roman Reigns right next to his father, a line so cold, so personal, it sent shockwaves through the entire wrestling world. We've all been waiting for the head of the table to respond. Waiting for the silence to break. The problem, for almost a week, Roman said nothing. No tweets, no interviews, just silence, and in the WWE, silence from the tribal chief is usually more terrifying than a spear. Everyone thought maybe, just maybe, Roman was letting it slide. That he was focusing on something else, but we should have known better. You don't disrespect the family name, especially not the legacy of his father, and get away with it. The question wasn't if Roman would react, the question was when. And tonight, we got our answer, the climax. Tonight, CM Punk was leaving the arena, hood up, head down, trying to slip out to his car like a ghost. The parking lot was dark, mostly empty. Punk had his hand on the door handle when a pair of headlights suddenly flooded the concrete. Before Punk could even turn around, a black SUV screeched to a halt, blocking his exit. The door flew open, and out stepped Roman Reigns. There was no music, no pyro. No cameras rolling, at least, not officially. This was purely personal. Punk barely had time to smirk before Roman lunged forward, grabbing him by the collar and slamming him against the car door. The thud echoed through the entire garage. Security froze. They didn't know whether to jump in or let the tribal chief handle his business. The development, Punk tried to fight back, of course he did, throwing a few wild hooks, but Roman was possessed. He tossed Punk onto the hood of the car, the metal crunching under the impact. But it wasn't the physical assault that made this moment legendary. It was what Roman said next. Roman finally broke his silence. His voice was low, trembling with rage, but crystal clear. He looked Punk dead in the eyes and said, "You think you can talk about my father? You think you can mention his name? I'm not going to fight you tonight. I'm not going to end this here. I'm going to follow you everywhere. I'm going to make your life a living hell. You wanted the old Roman, you got him. Your life is over." Final call to action. This is box office stuff, people. What happens when they finally meet face to face in the ring? You need to stay tuned because this is just the beginning. Comment down below. Who walks out of this rivalry alive, Roman or Punk? Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with every WWE fan you know. I'll see you in the next one.